Hey everyone, it's X here, and today was going to be one of the first of many videos about the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. I wanted to discuss why Broly is so strong in the new canon universe, and why it's not so crazy that he was able to blast away our heroes, and Frieza. Naturally, this contains spoilers for the movie, so if you don't want to be spoiled, even though everyone already knows what happens, well, you can skip this. But with that said, let us begin. In the past section of the movie, we see that Broly was born with a power level that dwarfs by a lot that of Vegeta, so much that King Vegeta felt extreme jealousy and decided to send him away to that awful planetoid of Vampa. Henceforth, Broly already begins with a major head start, and that's not to be overlooked. King Vegeta mentions how he might as well be a mutant among the Saiyan race. And after that, 2 days later on Vampa, his power level reads of 920, basically saying screw you to all of Dragon Ball. Sacred Water, Piccolo, World Tournaments, and even Bacterian himself are no match for Broly with no age or combat training whatsoever. Remember Raditz with his power level of 200, 1200, or 1500? He was actually a high level warrior, at least as a kid. So that should speak volumes of the head start that Broly had. It is also a very good guess that a power level of 2000 is considered an upper class as well, seeing the snipers that were targeting Frieza and Cold would have to be at least the very best, otherwise it would come out as a very bad joke, not that it mattered much because Frieza just blasted them alongside the building. That is enough evidence to show why Broly had such a big head start. Let's move on. During the 41 years that he was being raised by his father with the sole purpose of getting revenge on Vegeta, Paragus did not care for settlement, he only cared about making Broly the strongest he could be for that end. It was a tunnel vision, so he would probably never have enough of Broly. As long as Broly was conscious and sane, he would want Broly to get stronger and stronger, therefore making him an absolute madhouse. I also have a theory as to why Broly has that Ozaru-induced Rage Refu Ikari form. It's a subtle hint in the movie, and it actually has some base of evidence, so let me explain. Vampa has a full moon visible to the naked eye during the day. It is actually the first thing we see Broly, see. The pot opens and he pans up to witness a full moon, then becoming a great ape. That's literally in his first time there, awake. Paragus probably yanks his tail shortly after, but not his own as it was later noted. Broly spends his entire life with a full moon visible for him only to not transform. I believe that somehow gave him access to that unique, gigantic form with those yellow eyes. The next tidbit of information, however, is not a theory, and is actually confirmed in the movie. Broly has an absurdly high amount of S cells in his body. Limo and Chirai both concur that Broly has a gentle and pure heart. It is without a doubt that his power level is high enough, so that would explain his high S cells in his body. As we can see here, Toriyama said that to have a high amount of S cells in the body, you need to have a gentle heart, gentle spirit, and of course, easier to have that in an Earth environment because it's not Planet Vegeta. It's not many people pursuing power or angry at everyone else and not having any kind of social skills, sociability whatsoever. And he had himself and his father literally alone in an entire planet. He even managed to make a friend, though it did not last very long, but still he cherished his memories throughout his entire life, so that says something. Which means he had a very calm, gentle heart, indeed much like Goku's. I want now to address his getting stronger trait. It's not how it seems. During the fight, Broly displays a clear limit around the level of Super Saiyan on his base. Goku remarks that he was that strong without a transformation, and Paragus also concurs that it was Broly's limit in his base form. Once he enters his Rage form, a Super Saiyan God still able to hold him off easily. Sure, he tanked a punch from Vegeta as a Super Saiyan God, but he was also pushed back by Super Saiyan Goku and completely paralyzed by Super Saiyan God Goku's attack, which leads me to believe that Super Saiyan God Vegeta was, in fact, holding back, even though it did not look that way when Goku was worried with the Big Bang attack. Broly would only get a power-up after Goku literally called his father scoundrel, dirtbag, dirty, I don't know how it will come out in your dub, that he went on to overthrow and throw Super Saiyan God Goku around, which was a very painful scene, I might add. But even then, Paragus would imply that he had already seen such level of power before. During the fight with Super Saiyan Blue Goku, Broly began to lose, and Frieza asked Paragus if that was definitely his limit. He said so. Also during a conversation of Frieza and Paragus, Frieza asks if Broly has ever fought someone. Only in simulated combats with his father, the tiny pale lizard remarks that fighting someone on the same level amounts the same as nothing, which is basically saying that Broly had that base strength without any proper challenges to push him throughout his entire life. In other words, Frieza saw himself and Broly as someone who had never properly trained in his entire life. That's how I looked at it. And he had also noticed before in the movie, Broly had an insane amount of untapped potential, as Frieza said, upon first seeing him. Therefore, his fight with Goku and Vegeta served not only as his first training session, but also as his first time progressing, which, as we all know, is when we get the fastest results, especially in Saiyans. Frieza then kills his father and Broly goes to his Super Saiyan transformation, at which point the little bit of sanity he had left was all but gone. What more, he kept his humongous size, so that's definitely not a regular Super Saiyan transformation. He managed to overpower Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, not by a lot though, seeing Frieza remained in his golden form for 1 hour. His unique Super Saiyan form would only reach full power while fighting Super Saiyan Gogeta, or rather, while losing to Super Saiyan Gogeta. It is literally the same form except without his armor, and his hair becomes green. His size doesn't change at all. If I were to sum up Broly in a sentence, it would be a combination of Vegeta's high battle power, on steroids, with Goku's gentle heart. With that said, it is easy to see why he's such a powerhouse, especially when the movie goes on great lengths to say how special Broly is. Not to mention that he's also a Saiyan prodigy. During the fight we see him trying to adapt and copy Goku and Gogeta's techniques during the fight. That paralyzing attack Super Saiyan God Goku used, and the Kamehameha Super Saiyan Gogeta used before they went into that mirror weird dimension thingy. And that is my explanation behind Broly's power. To sum it up, it's a combination of his growth, plus extremely high untapped, easy to access potential, extremely anger and sorrow with his father dying. Broly literally was born with all the ingredients to be the best fighter there is. And Torian was sure to let us know that. We have a saying here in Brazil, to be born with your ass towards the moon, which means you have extreme luck, and that, my friends, is Broly's case. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time on the next episode of Dragon Ball Super Broly.